Hello everyone, hope you are doing well. We're back again with another Switch 2 video, because after about a month of using the Switch 2 in its naked raw state, I think I've experienced about enough to make a few solid statements. If you've used the original Switch or the OLED like I did before, you probably already know where this is going. Ergonomics are not Nintendo's strong suit. And after every handheld session, I'd hit about 30 to 40 minutes before my arms started tingling like I'd slept on them wrong, followed by total numbness. So I don't know if this is just my body's factory settings acting up, but from what I've read, ergonomics seem to be a pretty common issue with this form factor. And unfortunately, the Switch 2 doesn't really change the game because the design is still sleek and slim, which of course doesn't do us any favors in that department. Thankfully, we've got third-party companies out here doing charity work, helping out this small, niche indie studio you may have heard of called Nintendo. Because apparently designing a console that doesn't cut off circulation to your hands was just too much for a multi-billion-dollar corporation. So instead, we have to rely on the likes of Dbrand to finish the job. And to be fair, Dbrand's been on my radar for years. They actually teased the Switch 2 Killswitch case before Nintendo even officially unveiled the console, and whether that was insider knowledge or dark magic, I don't know, but it got my attention nonetheless. And now, after pre-ordering, I was pleasantly surprised to get mine a few days ahead of schedule, so we're already off to a good start. The box itself is clean, matte black, and gives off serious, we care about our presentation energy. Subtle outlines reflecting the light, teasing the silhouette of what's inside. And yes, there's binary on the side of the box. If you are curious, go ahead and pause the video, I won't spoil it for you, but leave a comment in the comment section down below and let me know what you found out. Opening the box, you're greeted by the travel case, and it's honestly impressive. The outer shell is rigid EVA foam, whatever that is, while the interior is lined with microfiber, so soft it almost feels smug about it. It's tough without being bulky, and the structure instantly makes it feel like this thing could take a couple of hits, so that's a good thing. But the Killswitch case locks it down tight. There's no shifting, there's no rattling, there's no pressure on the screen either, and to be honest, this is the first time I felt genuinely comfortable packing my Switch in my backpack without wrapping it up in a hoodie first. Now, if you've been on Reddit at all during this launch, you might have seen Dbrand's mini novel on the design process. I've linked that down in the description below if you want to check it out. And if you don't, let me tell you, they went deep. Like USB-C, signal integrity and air gap thermodynamics deep, okay? Most companies try to make their cases work inside the original dock, which sounds good on paper until you kind of come across thermal issues, scratches on your screen, or just misalignments to the USB-C port, just enough to give you a bit of a connection anxiety. But Dbrand looked at that and went, no thanks. Instead, they engineered a custom dock adapter that works with the case, so you're docking through the adapter instead of forcing your console into a space it was never designed to fit while protected. It might sound like a workaround, but honestly, it's the only one that actually works without trade-offs. It keeps the Switch cooler, prevents contact with the dock's internal skates, and passes through all functionality: USB, Ethernet, 4K 60 signal without skipping a beat. It's one of those rare solutions where Plan B was objectively better than Plan A. Now, let's talk about Joy-Con grips, because this is where things usually fall apart on other cases. You either get wobbly snap-ons that fall off if you breathe too hard on them, or you're peeling off stickers and praying that the grip doesn't take your Joy-Con with it. But Dbrand being Dbrand decided to over-engineer it, of course, and the grips use a mechanical interface fit, which essentially means a precisely molded C-shaped clamp that just wraps around and hugs the Joy-Con so tightly it's like they were born together. It's firm, it's reliable, and doesn't require adhesives unless you want them. And that's the key, because they actually include optional adhesive strips for those of you who might want even more grip security, but the fit is solid enough out of the box that I don't really see many people using it. And while we're here, let's talk about the included thumbstick grips. They're super easy to install, you just pop them on, pray that you don't break your Joy-Cons, and you're good to go. That said, it did take me a little while to adjust to the way they feel during actual gameplay, because that added bit of height and texture is noticeable at first, but after a few sessions it feels totally normal. Nothing crazy, just a small learning curve. And then there's the front lip, the little piece at the bottom of the console that keeps everything locked in place. Most cases get this wrong. Because of the Switch's kickstand, USB-C port and airflow cutouts, there's barely any material left to support that lip structurally. It ends up feeling a bit cheap or flexy, or like it might snap off if you look at it sideways. But to fix that, Dbrand added low-tack adhesive to reinforce it, and it's not the scary sticky kind. We're talking about the reusable peel and replace adhesive strips that firm up this connection without making removal a nightmare. They even included extras in the box in case you mess it up or you let your cat chew on one. So yeah, while this may look like just another hardshell case from the outside, it's packed with decisions that all make sense once you use it. You can tell every detail was tested, tweaked, and probably overanalyzed in the best possible way. And the end result is that my hands now can last maybe 20 minutes longer before they go numb anyway, and my Switch doesn't rattle in transit, so I don't live in fear of dropping it. I think overall that's a win. Let's talk a bit about pricing as well, because Dbrand does offer the Killswitch case in 3 different bundles, depending on how much protection and extra functionality you're looking for. The essential version comes in at just $60. It includes the core case itself, the dock adapter for safe docking, and matching console skins with the Joy-Con grips, and a strip of adhesive for the kickstand. However, it doesn't include the travel cover, so it's more of a stripped down, no frills option. Next up is the travel bundle, which is the one I picked up. It's currently priced at $80, down from its original $100, and includes everything from the essential pack with the addition of the travel cover. This one also doubles as a storage for up to 10 physical game cartridges, along with a set of thumbstick caps. It's a great middle ground, offering more protection for people who carry their Switches around without going overboard. And lastly, we've got the Ultra Bundle, which costs $100, originally at $135, and this version includes everything from the travel bundle and adds 2 tempered glass screen protectors. One of the most fun bonuses is the ability to customize your Joy-Con grips, and you can choose from a wide variety of colors and patterns, including the original Joy-Con color scheme if that's your thing. I went with the acid look, which also came in with a free triple black Damascus skin, perfect for switching things up later if I ever want a more stealthy all black aesthetic. Now if you're wondering if you can swap those out, well, the answer is kind of. Dbrand says the skins are removable and can be reapplied once or twice, especially if you heat them up gently to avoid stretching or tearing, but the adhesive does start to lose grip after a few uses, so I won't really rely on them for regular swaps. Think of them more as a one-time restyle rather than something you're meant to change weekly. And that's it for today's video. Let me know in the comments if you picked one up or if you're thinking about it, especially if you're suffering from arm numbness like I was. And of course, thanks again for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.